Welcome back to more Two Gay Guys Play Stories Path of Destinies.
Yep.
Alright, good. It had been a couple of days.
Yeah, that is the terrible name of this good game.
Okay, well, we've gotten 2 truths down.
Yep, out of 4.
Right,
We know that Lupino is the traitor.
Uh-huh.
We know that the Sky Ripper is unstable and will probably kill us all.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've got 2 truths left to find.
Okay.
So, I assume that we have to find, like, we think one of them's, because if we open the story thing.
Right.
We think one of them's about Zenobia, and one of them's about the stone.
Right.
So, I have a spoiler-free guide
Yeah.
of how to
Alright.
find what I want to find. So, kind of depends on what we want to do here.
Okay. Well, we want to complete another truth, of course.
Okay. So, let's go with this one, I think. Yeah,
Do you think?
I do. Alright. So let's go with find the temple.
Alright.
Which the temple is supposedly where the Iblis Stone is anyway. So.
The island was windswept desert.
Okay.
No one went
He
there
looks
except
amazing.
ostriches and ostrich hunters.
I love him
Iblis Stone.
immediately.
Yeah.
It sounded ominous. It sounded powerful. If the
I mean,
Emperor was
it's no
searching for
Iblis
it,
Trigger,
it must be
which,
dangerous.
if you know,
And so,
and you should,
Bernardo went
is all
ostrich
part of
hunting.
the wonderful mythology and story of the legendary Sonic the Hedgehog 2006.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
So, there's the bad guy who's trying to summon Iblis, and apparently Sonic is the Iblis Trigger. I don't know. I watched the cutscenes back in like 2007.
I was gonna say, I don't think anyone finished that game.
YouTube existed, so I
That's
just
fair.
watched all of those. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I wonder if for all those cutscenes, people just, like, cut it apart to find rather than beat it and record it.
Right.
Like, before, like, Let's Play was a thing, why did people record video games?
Just to show off their skills
To,
and
to like, their friends or something?
yeah, why not?
Alright.
I know I had
Every
wanted
child could sing
a
verses
capture
about
card
the
for
Sky
video
Ripper,
games.
but
since
ancient
ye olden
codices held
days.
hints of other things.
I
A stone,
A stone that ate souls, a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away.
A jewel only a righteous man could give away.
I even
Were all
at one
these
point
things
had
the Iblis Stone?
my PS1
Long
to
hidden in the very
PS2
temple,
hooked up through a
another ancient item that
VCR
was
to my
only
TV,
resurfacing
so I could
now,
record
drawn up from the deeps by
the
Emperor's
cutscenes from Mega Man
horrific
Legends
rituals.
1.
Just for funsies?
Yeah, because I liked to see them, and I didn't want to have to play through the game every time just to see fun scenes that I loved.
I mean, that's fair.
And then my dad had
Alright, 12.
he had like a capture deck where in his office he had a VCR connected to a thing connected to his PC, so we could basically make digital copies of our VHS tapes. Which, you know, growing up in the 90s with a dual deck VCR, of course everything we rented we made illegal copies of. So now we could do that. Like I remember using that to convert the VHS recording of the Sonic OVA, so I could put it to VCD because I was burning VCDs when I was like in 8th grade.
Jesus, I think the only reason I knew what a VCD was because I accidentally bought pirated stuff off eBay and was like, well, I'm gonna watch it, so.
I bought Malaysian VCDs of the Tenchi Muyo OVAs back when I was in like 7th grade. They were great because they kept in all the swearing, but anytime there's nudity, they had edited out as much as possible. Like it wasn't like the Toonami edits where they just digitally painted bikinis on them. They just cut the footage out entirely. So like the 4th episode where they're at the hot spring,
Yeah.
it's like 8 minutes long because it just goes from, oh, we're arriving and we're gonna help rebuild the house, to suddenly Ryoko and Ayaka being chased by a demon.
He smelled burnt for his because I was stupid.
Got toasted by the blowy uppy manny.
Yeah.
Alright, good recovery. But yeah, so I was burning VCDs and stuff all the time. I wasn't the only one that had like my console hooked up to a VCR. I remember the first time I saw the ending to Ocarina of Time was because my uncle, I was always over watching him play. He wanted to beat it, and I wasn't there, so he hooked up his VCR to his 64 and recorded the last like 2 hours of him playing Zelda.
Wow.
And then just gave me the tape, so I just sat at home watching somebody else play it. That was like my first Let's Play that I got to watch, I guess, was like in 5th grade.
Cool.
Yeah, circa 1998. So that's fun. What was I say? Oh yeah, so I've always wanted like a capture thingy, and then when we decided to do this show, I'm like, it's everything I've ever wanted. To capture game footage.
Nice. And we got more health and more sword energy.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
And we've only really used this for the show. There's like 2 instances where I've used it for other things. I did it to finish an AMV, because I was waiting on a website to put all the footage up, and they were taking their goddamn time putting stuff up for footage that I needed. And I'm like, well, now that I have this, I can just finish it finally. The other is, the other day, I was like, oh man, my cousin and I used to have such fun playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3 on the Wii, and I was like, man, we were good. And then I remembered that it had a replay feature, and we saved a bunch of them. So I just like popped it on and started recording our old fights. And I need to post that to like the internet at some point and send to him. But like, remember this? Things we did like in 2007, 2008. Good times.
I noticed something.
What's that?
Not that, whoa. Not that I'm terrible at all things.
Right.
That if I kill the last one, I would need to throw at him to break his shield.
Yeah.
They just spawn another one.
Oh.
Like that I was failing to do there that whole time.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyway. Whereas I was only vaguely aware. I had no idea that capture cards were a thing. Mm-hmm. Like, until you explained to me. That, like, I'm like, how the hell are they doing this? They're like, this is a thing hooked up to the computer. Like, isn't that illegal? Like, I had no idea.
Right. You're so cute.
Nobody tells me anything.
And yet you have a wealth of human knowledge at your fingertips.
Yeah.
All the live long day.
It just never occurred to me that, like, that was a thing that existed.
It's,
there we go.
Yeah, something I always wanted, and it was pretty expensive back in the day, and this was pretty expensive. I mean, it was like $150.
Yeah.
Not bad, but, you know, when you're doing a show for free,
Was this
and you're not making any money off of it, and it's just a fun hobby.
Was the fruit local? Oh, hey.
Oh.
Find the stone. You have been chosen in this critical mission for your ability to follow order to the letter without question. Do not believe the naysayers. Your score in the intelligence test is only proof that you are better geared than anyone else to follow orders. Take pride in knowing that I, your emperor, have handpicked you for this mission. Follow the instructions to the letter. Always travel in pairs. Do not look at the engravings in the wall. Do not lose the hermetic box. When you find the stone, immediately place it in the box and seal the box. If you hear a voice in your head, ignore it. Remember, the temple is haunted, obviously. It's an old temple dedicated to an old evil god. There are blood sacrifices. Of course it would be haunted. Ignore the voice in your head. Remember, ghosts cannot hurt you. They'll try to confuse you. When you hear a voice, take the drowsy pill. If you meet another soldier with the stone, it was not in the hermetic box, immediately spray them with drowsy gas. Find the stone, put it in the box, seal the box, and most important of all, find the stone. Okay. Those are fun. Just want health. Damn.
But I think, you know, for how often we do this, gotten
What else could you
good use out of it, you know, $150.
Yeah, I like to think so.
And it's a lot of fun.
And it was something we wanted to do anyway, and like I was trying to figure out how to do a YouTube show like a year before.
Yeah, very true.
A year or two before? I think it was like a year before. And like several of my friends wanted to do it, and it was just, it never went anywhere.
Yeah.
Basically, that.
Was it just like nobody knew how to do it, or
It was nobody wanted to commit the time, basically.
Like, I can understand that. It does take time. Like we do about an hour's worth of recording lately, like every couple of nights because we like this game a lot. But you know, it's not too bad. I guess it depends on your format. You know, if you just wanted to do live streams, which then you do for like an hour.
That worked.
Each. Yeah. then it can be really, really time consuming.
Yeah.
Surprised that he didn't
Like
feel more
we didn't want, like we did live streams at first just because like
busy.
Yeah.
Whew.
we were like, oh, we can do both, and then after a while we were like, no, we can't.
Yeah. After what, 3 or 4 games, we're like, let's just not, because
It takes too much time.
yeah,
We're not enjoying doing it.
right. And especially with your schedule, because immediately when we started, you hadn't started your job yet.
Yeah.
So you had all the time in the world, but then we had decided on a time for live streams, and that time was a half hour after you got off work.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, quick, make dinner. Okay, now we need to get everything set up and go, and let's do this and be on for like an hour.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be on right after work.
No.
All right.
I just want to sit down
I'm gonna
and
grab
take
this
a
chest.
nap.
Yeah, big one.
Fuck.
Oh, a gem.
Sensed Jules' power. He had a feeling
We're only
they were gonna be
3
great
wind
friends.
essences short of the fucking void sword.
Wait, then why can I use the workbench? Oh,
Or the
gems.
gems.
Great. And then we'll do more.
Next time on 2 Gay Guys Play.
Yeah.